Good morning, peeps. It's your friend Bill Oxidean here. I'm at the National Retail Hobby Sales Association Tabletop Expo in Las Vegas, Nevada in September and October of 2025. What I'm going to do is, this is just before the show is opened, right? There's none of the vendors behind their desks or anything like that, or behind their booths. And I work my booth by myself. You can see the Oxine Marine booth. So I never have time to walk around and check out stuff. Well, while I'm walking around checking out stuff, I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. Shall we? Hi there, I'm Bill Oxidean. I raced radio controlled model boats for over 25 years. Over that time, I won a lot of races and broke a lot of records, and I learned a lot, not just about boats, but about life. Eventually, I graduated to full-size drag boats, and I've had a great time doing that. Now, I have my own RC boat factory. We make the world's fastest, most reliable radio-controlled boats. Join us as we show you all about it. Let's start here at High Tech. Wow, dude. Look at this tow rig. I was speaking to them too, and they've got some really sick, dude. This thing cranks back. No. I mean. And actuates like a full-on tow truck. Let's see if we can get them demonstrated later. High-Tech's got some rad chargers. High-Tech's just a killer name, an American name. In fact, they were one of my first sponsors when I started racing. I love these guys dearly, man. These guys are rad. What we've got here is Vanquish. These guys are awesome, dude. Steven at Vanquish is my homeboy, man. He's really cool. He actually is in Northern California, based out of, like me. We're gonna be running some boats this spring, maybe even this winter, because our hell doesn't freeze over. Vanquish, as you know, makes the most elite and highest quality, top-notch rock crawlers available, and accessories. And as we move on over here, we got some woodworking toys, some wooden axes, and one of those things goes pop, 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 pop all day. I don't know exactly what it does. And we've got these spinners, aerocopters that fly around. Now, here's a name in RC that everyone knows that is very well respected, Tamiya. And in memory of Shinsaku Tamiya, his dedication to perfection. You know, if it wasn't for Tamiya, a lot of our brands wouldn't be here. Oh my gosh. Oh, those are those ones that go around those tracks. Yes, well, all our stuff goes over tracks. Oh, look, a little working T-Rex model. That's so awesome. What they got here, what it looks like to me is some actual models. Really beautiful 24 scale ones. Here's some RC cars too. Oh, now I've finally gotten to see this cow-looking Hornet in real life. This thing looks super ultra cool. I kind of think I want one of these. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I want one of these now. I think I'll talk to my homeboy CK, Craig Kaplan. Yeah, that's gorgeous. That's a good-looking little car. How you doing? Here's G-Rex. Grex. Yes. Now, you tell me a little bit about what your airbrushes. They look the top quality.
Yeah. So compared to our competitors, we work more system-based. We have fewer airbrushes, but they're all capable of doing basically the same thing. With our nozzle kits and everything, they globally will fit in all of our airbrushes. I could take the parts out of this airbrush and put it in this airbrush if I need to go up or down in needle size. We also have a 0.3 fan cap that no other airbrush manufacturer has on the planet. And also, this doesn't have the secure glass on it right now, so we can talk to potential retailers, but this is our point of sale display to go into stores. Well lit, again, secure both top and bottom, and then we are interactive. This is water reactive material. All we have to do is put water in the airbrush, and it gives the customer just a real quick idea of how the airbrush works. Because airbrushes tend not to sell themselves. They one, proprietors, or I should say retailers, are concerned with theft, so they usually keep them behind the counter. This takes care of that. But also for the customer that comes in and says, I'm interested in airbrushing, I don't know if I can airbrush. So just in fact, I've got water in this right now. I can just show you very concisely. It just reacts, and you can do fine line, you can do general coverage, you can play around with it, and it just gives the customer that opportunity to go, oh, I can do this. This is great. If they find out it's not their thing, they've still given the retailer's given them a superior quality customer service situation. They'll remember that. They'll come back and buy something else, but hopefully they'll buy an airbrush.
Totally.
Yeah. So that's what this is all about, so that we make it easier for the retailer to get it to the consumer.
Well, that is totally awesome. I like the fact that the nozzles and parts are interchangeable. Mm-hmm. It makes you like the General Motors of airbrushes.
I don't know if I'd say that. I'd say that us and a couple of other airbrush companies are kind of the Cadillacs and the Mercedes.
A little more elite.
Oh, yeah. And then there's those that are kind of the Fords and the Chevys. So, but I hear what you're saying, but yeah. And we even have some compatibility with some of our competitors in terms of bottle interfaces, things like that, so that if you are using somebody else's product and you want to upgrade to a Drex, you can do it and not have to buy all your support equipment all over again.
That's really awesome. I remember when I was a kid, I had a Badger, and it had like a screw action on the back. Then I moved up to a Pache.
Yeah.
But what you're doing here, just that little demo you did right there, shows me that what you've got here is a really fine piece of equipment.
Thank you. In fact, you mentioned Badger and Pache with our quick disconnect here, which is this guy on the airbrush. It's also a micro valve. You can dial this from 0 up to whatever PSI you have set on.
Oh my goodness.
So if you need to drop it down for something, you don't have to change your regulator. You can leave that alone, and you can keep a little bit of back pressure and just turn this down. With that said, with the male fitting, this portion right here, we have the Badger and Pache threads accordingly. So you could have a couple of Drex airbrushes, a Badger airbrush, a Pache airbrush, and work them all off of one hose.
Wow.
I could just, case in point, let's just pretend this is another brand, I could just pop it on and be ready to go. So you could have whatever your arsenal of airbrushes ready right there at your fingertips.
That is amazing.
Oops, almost dropped it. So yeah, we make, the pistol grip is our marquee product. The nice thing about the pistol grip is it's very intuitive. I've seen 6-year-olds use this airbrush. Also for those that are getting up there in age, 50, 60, 70 years of age, that don't have the dexterity of some younger people, you're using muscle groups here that are in concert with each other. Everybody understands this. So that's essentially what you're doing. It's the first stage is there, and then the second stage, maybe you can see the mist there. The more you pull, the more flow.
Oh, wow.
So it's very, very controllable. You can, if you're working with, say, a 5 or 6-year-old child, you were talking about the thread on the back, you could dial it down and just limit how they spray so that they can still learn the fundamentals of airbrushing, but you don't have to worry about a mess or getting all over the table or anything like that. You can control that for them.
Wow.
So, and some people may want to do something that's very strict and they want to dial that to a very specific flow for, like, say, a background or a blue sky for a background or something like that, and they just want the airbrush to work and they don't have to put a whole lot of thought, and they're focused more on its application on the surface. Now, when you get into the details, you definitely want to have that really fine, petite hand-eye coordination to do the real detail stuff. So
nice.
Yeah.
Well, heck.
And then, with that said, we also have the traditional style airbrushes as well for people that just are purists in terms of using the older style airbrushes. They're still a great product. And as I say, I can take the parts out of this and put it in this and vice versa. So the capability of the airbrushes is identical, essentially. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, heck, man, you've given us one heck of a demonstration.
Yeah, thank you for stopping by.
You bet.
So I can tell you, case in point here, this helmet, I did this myself, just using very basic techniques. A lot of it is just stencil work with a little bit of that freehand work as well.
Wow.
But like this pattern up here on top, all that was is a lace that I got from Joanne Fabrics. I shot it silver, then laid the lace over it and shot the black. You'd be amazed at what you can do with the simplest things that cost you $2 or $3.
Fascinating. So that sure is a good looking helmet.
Thank you. I'll race it at the K1 racing next year. I was a day late coming in, so I wasn't able to make it this year, but I'll bring it back next year and we'll race.
Well, that helmet looks like you're going to win. I always go for the team with the best looking uniforms.
There you go.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Wow, man. These boats came out even prettier than I anticipated. Our new gel coat finish is so beautiful. I am ecstatic. Look at that. Look at that shine. Look at that even, consistent coat. Man, this thing sure is beautiful. Wow. I'm just in awe with the first glimpse and first appearance of this thing. I'm sure our customers will be too, and that is a fact. Jesus. Really beautiful.
Thank you again.
You bet. Now, who doesn't remember model rockets? Now, this company, Aerotech Consumer Aerospace, they've got some really neat looking ones. And check out that launcher. Wow. This looks definitely intermediate. I've got a thing for rockets, so I can't really stick around this too long because I tend to get really, let's say, consumed by them, and I get really obsessed with them. But these rockets are great, and let's hope I don't end up leaving with one. Now, one thing that really fascinated me is HPI. They've got these tiny little RC cars that are the size of slot cars. There goes CK coming in from Tamiya. And yeah, here's a little track. I am very interested in having a little track like this that I can just roll out and use in my living room. And from what I understand, they've got some little oh, I don't see them out here, but actually they've got little BMWs. And as we cruise even harder, here's EMA distributors, Trains, AFX. Now, AFX has a special place in my heart with slot cars. That's what I started with at 5 years old, slot cars. And this track is really cool. I've actually got a couple of the newer AFX cars, and you know, they've got little brushless motors in them, and it's really awesome. They perform really well. Now here's some of the AFX slot cars.
Obviously, the bird doesn't come with the remote. Does that remote, will I be able to pair that later on? No, I did it.
And now we come over to here. Now this company right here makes scenes. I see them every year. Woodland, 50 years, Scenerama. Now this is a volcano. This right here is the Santa Maria Mission. I mean, these scenes are so realistic with them. Look at this little farm scene. Really cool. Tufts, peel in place. You know, when I get old, I would love to start building stuff like this. Seriously. Scenes like this are used for movies too. I mean, that's tiny. Tiny little beach scene. And just to get an idea of the size, look at that pen next to it. Little people hanging out. And here's the drive-in traffic lights. Pinewood Derby cars. Some Pinewood Derby kits. From what I understand, there's a Pinewood Derby going on in the show this year. Going right in the morning. Sen Racing. Sen has always been pretty cool. I do like this long king cab dually long bed. That's one of my favorite kind of trucks just in life in general. A king cab long bed dually. Ooh, I didn't know they had an old school one. That's an eye catcher. Wow, they're going all out with the long bed king cab dualies. We got some rally cars, some off-road trucks and buggies. Here's some more rally cars. What we got is Walter's Trains. Totally awesome. And here's my buddy IMEX Tires, man. This guy's been around forever, and I'll tell you what, he's a great dude. And when I was doing RC cars, I did mostly bashing, and with my monster trucks, the IMEX tires were just always just light years better than anything else out there, man. I really liked the IMEX tires, and every time I went to buy them, it was real easy. You know, I'd talk to the guy, and he'd put me on. Just place my order. Now here's Zap CA glue. Not just CA glue, but they got epoxies and different adhesives. Oh yeah, and I think Zap made monocoat back in the day too. Dubro. Anybody who's done planes, or even an old timer would remember Dubro. And what we got here is metal detectors. You know, metal detecting is something that I am going to get into when I get old. Now, here's some little toy guns. These things are rad, man. Like I played with one yesterday. They've got real bolt action and everything, and they've got little rounds in them. Like, look at that one. It'd be fascinating if they could actually make some live round for those things, which I'm sure is quite possible. Now these are fascinating. I don't want to say the word Legos. We're going to compare them to different types of blocks. These are building. Oh, they're Lego compatible? I didn't realize. Oh my God! So you could really cheer up your Lego sculptures with these accessories because they're a lot more detailed. Wow, this is brilliant. Kobe, I think I saw a television program that this might have been before Lego, or like, I think Lego was based on something that was started in Europe, but no one ever really knows that. Yeah, but I watched a program on that Lego, there was predecessors before Lego, and that
I did read something on that. They basically stole the idea or something to that effect.
from somebody from England, I believe. Man, look at that. It's hard to believe that was built from blocks. Then we got some water guns. These are pretty rad. Now check this out. Hobby Time distributors. A lot of models. And what we've got here is Estes model rockets. These are the guys I rocked with when I was a kid, Estes. I knew their whole system, their C engines and their D's and A's and B's. And that is totally rad. I would grab a hat, but they gave me one last year and I still have it. So we don't want to be greedy with their product. And as the world turns. Now before too long, I want to go check out one of my personal favorites, which is Traxxas. Traxxas is awesome, dude. Oh my God. Look at that big, beefy X-Max. Hub carriers and caster blocks. That is rad. I want to talk to them before I leave about So I've got this sand buggy, right? I want to know, the first thing I like to upgrade is shocks. I want to know from them which shocks of these larger vehicles is compatible with this. I really want to know, because I want to beef up the suspension on mine a little bit, or just make it a little rounder, because I love jumping the thing so much. Here's a couple of stadium trucks, or desert trucks. Really awesome. Traxxas is a class act. Now what we got here is some table soccer. I guess people flick with their thumbnails or fingernails. Now we got some Gillos. I remember, oh my God. These used to be available like at the grocery store. And they were this display right here. This display was in every grocery store, man. And I remember my mom getting me these things and me having hours of fun with them until I snapped the rubber band. It was inevitable. I did one of the two. I either snapped the rubber band, winding it too much because I loved it too much, or I wound the rubber band so much that it made the plane crush itself from all the tension. But that was just a sign of what was to come. Rubber band wasn't enough for me, man. I needed a motor, and that's why we're here today with RC. Now this gentleman, MT Racing, he's got a comprehensive line of tools. And I see here he's got some adapters and extensions. That looks like a nice tool that I think I might have to go home with.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, these are some great charging terminals. They've got sheaths around them, and they got the professional look. And these sheaths actually cool things. They help to keep things cooler. Believe it or not, there is heat getting transferred with today's demands of our charging and our batteries and the C ratings. There is some heat that goes through them, and that sheathing actually for sure helps it. Just like the same reason that we have them on our CPUs. And yeah, it looks like he's got a very comprehensive line of tools that are very, I wouldn't say RC specific, but you're going to definitely do great with them as far as RC. But there's definitely other applications you can use these tools for. Wow, what a great line! I'm impressed, and that's definitely what I leave here with every year is some tools. So we'll be back at this booth. We got some fasteners here. Hobby Plus. Now, we haven't heard of these people yet, but that's who they are, Hobby Plus. That looks like a tiny little rock crawling course. These look cool. These look really cool. I mean, that's a tabletop obstacle course a gentleman could have at his office desk. It's really rad. Now, here's a booth that I was really looking forward to seeing, and that's Team Associated, man. I've been seeing this stuff online and on Facebook, like some of this new vintage stuff, but I haven't seen it in person. This looks very, 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 very good. I'm not sure whose team car that was, but this thing is super interesting too. I like what they've done with this because it's got that whole vintage look and vintage build to it in the parts, but it's a modern type of thing. This Porsche just looks fun and awesome. Now this tiny car right here, I'm gonna have a hard time not buying one of these. This 51, this looks almost like Richard Petty. It's a Monte Carlo, it looks great. We got one of these cars set up. Morning.
Do you guys have the instructions for a drawer?
Now here we go, Kayasho. This should be a big thrill. There's a lot of mini Z's. I never realized just how detailed these mini Z's are. But these aren't mini Z's, these are 1/10 scale on-road cars. These look like some pretty fun bashers. Now we're getting down to some 1/24 scale crawler. It seems like every company now is offering one of those. It's just a sign of the times. And what we got here is some mini Z's. Now these are the ones I didn't realize were so as detailed as they are. Now that one looks cool. That one looks my style. Several of these look my style. That looks like my style. That looks like my style. That looks my style. Now these, I didn't take a look at these Injora. This looks like mountain slocks. I wonder if they make this track course or not. But if they do, that's pretty rad. I wonder what this obstacle here is. Oh, this must be just for display. When you're just displaying your rigs, your 124 scale rigs. This whole new 124 scale crawling thing is cool because it's compact. You build a course on a table like this in a garage and have hours of fun. Now these Night Customs, looks like they make 3D printed accessories for popular cars. We got Pit Bull, which is awesome. Then we got some slot cars here that I have personally bought while I'm here several times. And we got MT Racing here. They're cool. I don't know what they do, but I saw this truck at the hobby shop and I liked it. Wooden. Some burned wood. I wouldn't say burned wood. It's laser cut. So the laser puts a little fire to it. Now, we've got some artwork here. Some die-cast toys here. Fly Wing. Some really cool helicopters.
We even got our own mascots.
Hey!
Yeah, we got our own mascots.
That's fascinating. Now look at this cute, charming little fella. Oh, he's an Elvis lizard. He's a rock band who got a leather jacket on.
He is like Elvis.
Good morning, sir. How you doing today?
Magnificent. So he likes to cruise around in the helicopters too?
Oh, no. I mean, I haven't messed with that yet. He probably could fit in this one, but if I was ever going to do that, I'd probably have to fly an object that matches his exact weight, and if it can fly, then maybe. He probably could.
He might enjoy flying.
Yeah. And unlike the RC planes, I feel like if these were to crash, it would probably be less violent because they don't move as fast.
Yes.
Fiberglass is a lot stronger than it looks, too, so he might go flying one day.
These copters look cool. These look like something I'd like to play with.
Oh, they are. They're a lot of fun. And the thing is, anyone can fly them. They have this, so they have this GPS system on it. So if you want to look, they have this little box that this right here, and all of them have it. They have this little box right here that connects to, I think, over 60 satellites. And it makes it so that you could literally set the radio down and the helicopter will just hover.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's the helicopter for me.
Yeah. It's actually how I was able to, I actually might have video proof of this too. Not that I mean, I don't hold up the radio, but there was a video last week that I took of the, so these two are the same. This one's actually mine. This one might soon be mine if they sell it to me, but yeah, this one is exact same as this one. I just customized it and got with someone who's really good at painting. And I think this one overall flies the best just because of how narrow the fuselage is. It's obviously like more aerodynamic.
Sure.
Yeah, it's if you look at flywingusa.com, they'll have everything you need there.
Totally awesome. Well, thanks for demonstrating that for us.
I was going to show you a video real quick.
Oh, yeah, sure.
How the stabilization works.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that was it was not too long ago that I took this video. It was out there at one of the flying fields that I fly at. Okay, yeah, here it is. So yeah, I was out there at the field. So this is my helicopter hovering. I'm just holding the radio. And I was able to shoot this. So someone was flying a paramotor. And if you look very closely, you can even see its collision avoidance. It slowly moves out of the way.
Wow.
He flew right underneath it, yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. So they really do fly themselves. They're very magnificent machines. Anyone can fly them.
That's incredible.
Yep. This one, these two actually have their own easy system.
Good
So
morning,
if you look-
exhibitors. Good morning. We are going to be opening
Okay,
in
so if you look, you push
20
in,
minutes.
you can pull out.
20
You can
minutes
easily take
until
the blades off,
showtime.
and then you just, here, go ahead, you can try it. You can push it in and twist it to the right to put it back in. Yep, and then push in a little more, like push in hard. There you go, and then twist to the right. No, a little more, other way. Yeah, there you go, hold on. Like that, there you go. And yeah, it just locks in like that. With
Wow.
these ones, you have to unscrew them, and it's easy, but it's, these are way more simple.
That's a neat locking system.
It is. This one can do something that all of these ones can't, though. So when you fly an RC helicopter, you think like, say, when you turn left or right on the left stick, it'll make the helicopter turn like this with the use of the tail.
Sure.
And if you do left or right on this stick, that's what makes the helicopter, turn this way and whatever. And all these four only turn in that direction, but this one has a unique software in it, because if you also look at this one's GPS box is actually hardwired into the main receiver. So it's not only more, I think,
Efficient.
more efficient, but yeah, it's built in. But yeah, this one has a feature where if you flip a switch and then you turn left or right, I think it's say turn left with this one and then go up on this stick at the same time, the helicopter will actually yaw like an exact replica of what it's based after. It'll turn like this.
Wow.
And it can actually do it very, very quickly as well. It's, very
Agile.
scale. You can't tell if it's real or fake. Like, really make people's heads turn like, is that a real helicopter?
These would make for good movie props.
They would make for very good movie props. But yeah, no, they're, and it does the same as those ones do. It's all GPS. You could, put the radio down and it would just sit there. Very, very stable flyers.
These are two of the most beautiful bearded dragons I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, they're my little travel buddies. I actually take them to the airfield every time I go fly.
Well, you're giving these animals a good life.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably not too happy right now because they're like, Dad, why do you do this to us? Why do you put costumes on us? Because it's adorable, Europa, because you look cute and it's Halloween.
They don't look miserable at all.
But yeah, no, it's they're very good. These
mind
ones
if
are
I
a lot
pet that
different. Huh? Yeah, you can pet them. They don't bite.
Gorgeous.
These are probably the most nimble and most capable helicopters of all, though, because these actually have something called acro mode, where you think acro like airplane, meaning they can fly like an airplane, and I believe it's the same switch on these. Like you flip this one in the down position, it'll go to 3D mode, which is where you could actually roll the helicopter like an airplane. You can do loops with it, and it still stays stable. And then, of course, if you want to go back to scale flying, you just flip it back up, and it'll just fly the same way these ones do.
Wow.
So yeah, they call these ones the 3D helicopters because they can fly in any direction, any way. They can fly upside down.
Yeah, these were tricks.
They're really good. And they're even though 3D helicopter flying isn't for beginners, these ones are for beginners because they have both modes.
Oh, really?
Yep. And unlike most 3D helicopters, they actually have a stabilization system that even when you're in 3D mode, it still keeps it stable in whatever position you have it in. So it obviously makes it easier.
Well, man, I would have to say they picked the right person to work their booth.
Yep.
Thanks for showing all this stuff.
Oh, of course, no problem. Remember, check out flywingusa.com.
Sure. Morning, Tom. Looks like we got Pegasus Hobbies, and he specializes in RC and all aspects of hobbies.
How are you?
But he's really big on models.
How are you doing? Good.
They are really big on models. What's up, Bill? Good morning. Now we've got Sullivan here. We've got Sullivan. They make starters, and then they're even matchmakers.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Yes, they make starters for planes. These starters work for boats too. Now look at this landing gear. We got some servo rods. Sullivan has been around for decades. They are a very well-known name in RC and hobbies. Now we all know about A-Main Hobbies. Here they've got tires for 124 scale, different scales, cars. like that little associated car.
We got a 5-minute warning.
I wonder what radio this is. Oh, that's a Fly Sky. That looks like that Noble thing. 124 scale cars and crawlers. Here's Red Cat Racing. Now, I'm gonna have a hard time not going home with this 64 Impala. It's got white interior, blue. I want this real car. Ooh, we got a box Chevy. I didn't know they made a box Chevy Impala. What? They have got a box. That is incredible. A 2-door box. Yes. They were brilliant for coming out with these cars. Ooh, a 65 Impala. 63 Impala. 63 SS. 64 SS. This big truck is nice. And last but not least, here's a company that's on top of the pile when it comes to quality RC boats. Yes, indeed, it's the Oxine Marine booth. Here's our display truck that you see at all of our trade shows. You got this Magnum 44, real pretty under the hood. It's mini Don time. We've got one of our big monster motors. Some examples of our propellers. New servo. Some water tubing. Beautiful color assortment of stickers, colors. My personal Rampage in all its Saved by the Bell nomenclature. I'm sure somebody's going to buy it from me. I won't keep this for very long. Dominator mono. Another Dominator mono. Animal Twin Cat. Animal Twin Cat. Magnum 44. Ooh, look at this gel coat blue hull and no, this is a bare hull of a Rampage.
2-minute warning.
Here's a beast. Now here's a Magnum 44. And this right here, for all intents and purposes, is my girlfriend. Morning. All right. Another day in showbiz, huh? Now here's an RGT crawler we've got. On an RC 4-wheel drive trailer is our gel coat Dominator. Another one of our RGT collars and some shirts. And that, my friends, concludes our tour of the National Retail Hobby Sales Association Tabletop Expo. Yours truly, Bill Oxine, over and out.